Good morning, everybody. Good morning, and welcome to the Dixie Youth Baseball World Series. We're here live in Lumberton, North Carolina for the opening day of this four-day tournament. I'm Michael Nauth. I'll be with you all throughout this tournament here. I'm currently on Field 1 for the Coach Pitch World Series. We'll be starting off today with Florida and South Carolina. Here, getting a little bit of a late start. Had some issues getting the field painted, but that seems to be all taken care of. Both teams have taken their 5-minute infield, and we're about ready to go here. It is hot. It is muggy. Overcast skies. Chance of a thunderstorm all day, all weekend, but we're getting ready to play some baseball. I'm excited. Hope you're all excited. One thing when it gets underway here, feel free to text me some shout-outs today. My number is on the JockJive website. Again, I'll repeat it for you guys, 540-325-0358. You can text me, shout out your kids playing, family playing. For example, it could be Good Luck Johnny from Mom and Dad from Okeechobee, Florida, wherever you might be listening. So just give me whoever you want to shout out, who it's from, the message, and where you're listening from. We greatly appreciate that here at JockJive, and we're getting ready for this Dixie Youth Baseball World Series. Like I said, it's going to be Florida and South Carolina today. Florida is the away team, South Carolina the home side. How this is going to work, there's 6 innings, no time limit to the game, so we're going to play a full 6 unless we get into a run rule situation. If a team is winning by 15 or more runs after 3 innings, it's a mercy rule. If it's 10 or more runs after 4 innings, it is also a mercy rule. And the kids are getting warmed up here. We're going to go ahead and read you out these starting lineups. So how it's going to work, first time through the batting lineup, all 12 players will bat, and then in the following innings, it'll be 1 through 9. So for Florida, we're going to begin things off here. E.J. McQueen, he will lead off. He is number 5, playing in right field. Batting second, number 44, will be Ruben Guerrero. He'll be at shortstop. Batting third, number 6, Walt Fortner. In the cleanup spot, number 4, David Bisbin. 99, Kyle Kodum. Number 5, he will be batting in the 5th spot. In the 6th spot, number 2, Matthew Bevel. He'll be behind the plate today. In the 7th spot, number 24, Cody Clayton. He will be at second. In the 8th spot, Jacora Spencer. He'll be playing at first. He is number 1. And at the 9th spot, John Richard. He's number 9, and he'll be in left field. And then the 10 through 12 spots will be number 8, Levi Larson. Number 13, Isaac Alanis. If I mispronounce anyone's name, feel free to text me and correct me. I want to make sure I get all of your kids' names right and everyone today. And then lastly, number 12, Deuce Stokes. He will be in the outfield. He is number 22, and head coach is Ruben Guerrero. His assistants are James Bevel, Cody Clayton, and Bobby Kodum. And then for South Carolina, their head coach, Michael Tyler, that is. His lineup today will be number 7, Kendall Wright. Number 1, Will Green. Number 4, Braden Dunlap. Number 9, Ethan Payuk. Number 13, Cooper Chavez. Number 10, Carson Lloyd. Number 2, Brody Johnson. Number 3, Landon Jolly. Number 12, Alan Moore. Number 5, Leighton Hagood. Number 8, James Willis. And number 11, Gage Boyer. His assistants are Brad Chavis, Kevin Johnson, and Cale Green. And the teams are getting introduced here. We'll probably do the national anthem here in a little bit. As you can see, we have a webcam set up there so you can watch the game as well, and not only hear my voice, but you can immerse yourself in the video experience as well. And it's a good crowd on hand here today, especially from the South Carolina conglomerate, all lined up down the right field fence. A good amount of people here from Florida as well on the left side. And we are excited to be here. And South Carolina has just been finished being introduced. And we'll be playing ball here soon, folks. The Summer of Dixie is underway. Between now and mid-August, JockJive will be streaming all this tournament, plus the Final Four of the Junior Dixie Boys Pre-Majors, and Majors World Series, the AAA, Ozone, and Major World Series in Lumberton, and so much more. Catch it all right here on JockJive.com. So for all you that are new to this tournament, how it works, today is pool play day. Every team will play twice. There's 3 teams in a pool. And the top teams will move on into a playoff for the rest of the weekend. Going to pull up the standings here. Make sure we get you all some accurate numbers on that. So right now, currently, this is Pool 1. It's going to consist of Florida, South Carolina, and Texas. How this will work is each team will play twice, as I said. And if each team finishes 1-1 in the pool, then we will have 2 playoff games potentially at the end of the day today. And then that would then go into the playoffs tomorrow or a consolation bracket that will begin on Monday. And we are about to have the invocation and national anthem starting here, folks. So we'll tune you in for that.
Today's invocation will be given by Mr. Kerry Reed, followed by the national anthem.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, dear God, we just bow our heads humbly before you and give you the praise that you deserve as our Creator, our Sustainer, dear Lord, and our great Leader. Thank you for all the blessings, dear God, that you give to us each and every day. Thank you for this special day, dear Lord, to be here to play for a championship here of the World Series, dear God. We ask that each player be able to play their best and coaches make the best decisions. And Lord God, keep them safe as they play the game. And Lord, may everything we do bring honor and glory to you. And may we just have great sportsmanship today, dear God. Again, thank you for this great day, and thank you for your wonderful blessings each and every day. Most of all, dear God, thank you for the greatest gift of all, and give us your Son, Jesus, who died on the cross for us, so our sins can be forgiven. In his name I pray. Amen.
All right, national anthem underway, and we have our first tech shout out. And thank you for who this was. David Buspin is the correct pronunciation of one of the Florida players. This is an 863-697-1963. Let's do it, Florida. Show them how we do it. Sending love from Chobe, Florida. Thank you, who that was. I appreciate it. And again, feel free to text me your shout outs throughout the game. I'll read them out loud on the air for y'all and throughout the course of this tournament. So South Carolina's in the field, and Florida's getting ready to take their chances in the batter's box. Again, this is the coach pitch. So Florida's coach will be pitching. I believe, I'm not sure which coach is up there right now, number 32. If anyone knows who that is. It's not listed. The numbers aren't listed here on the sheet. So as I said, E.J. McQueen will be leading off for Florida, number 5. E.J. is 9 years old, stands at 4 foot 3 inches tall, and get this, he's a .730 batting average. This kid can hit. This will be fun. So he steps to the right side of the batter's box. His coach getting ready to pitch to him to begin things off here in the top of the first inning. And he hits a short dribbler up to the mound. He's racing down the line. Picked up by number 10, the pitcher, but McQueen uses his speed, call him lightning, and he has himself an infield single to start things off here today. That would be Carson Lloyd, who fielded the ground ball there on the mound for South Carolina. So we have Ruben Guerrero now at the plate. Ruben is 8 years old. He is their shortstop, standing at 4 foot 4 inches, and he bats and throws right-handed. And he hits a pop fly up to the left side that goes in and out of the glove of the third baseman. It'll drop foul, so he'll get another chance over there. That would be Cooper Chavez over there at third. So we have the 0-1, and he rips a line drive into right field there, number 44, Guerrero. So back-to-back singles there for Florida to begin the game. They have runners on first and second. McQueen over on second, Guerrero at first. So that'll bring Walt Fortner to the plate now with an RBI opportunity with no outs here in the first inning. The pitch. And Fortner takes that. A little high and inside for him. He didn't like that there. No swing. Next pitch is in, and he rips a ground ball up the left field line, fielded by Chavez over at third, who makes the throw. The 5-3 put out will make the first out of the inning, but runners advance to second and third. McQueen over at third, Fortner at second, and that'll bring up David Busbin, number 4, cleanup hitter. And he rips the ball into left center field. That goes off the glove of the outfielder, number 3. And that'll score 2 runs for Florida. McQueen touches home. Guerrero touches home. And Busbin is sliding into second for a 2-run double that opens the scoring here. And the team from Okeechobee is celebrating the dugout over here. They're going nuts. And it's about as good a start as you could have there. And then number 99, Kyle Kodim, lines out to short for out number 2. Runner holds at second. So there's 2 down here. And that'll bring up Matthew Bevel, who hips one foul up the right field line for strike number 1. We have a shout-out from Nathan in Okeechobee. Let's go, Chobe. Get the win. Thank you, Nathan, for that shout-out there. And it's 2-0. His team is up. We have another one. This first one from South Carolina. South Carolina Pride. Go Lando. Brittany, Justin, Matthew, and Avery love you. Beat Florida. Boys in blue. And Bevel pops one up to the middle infield where it will be caught by the second baseman, Kendall Wright, for the 3rd out of the inning. And that'll finish it up here. So Okeechobee, they get 2 runs to begin things here, and we'll go to the bottom of the first with South Carolina due up at the plate. Be sure to follow JockJive on Twitter and Facebook. On Twitter, we're at JockJive, and on Facebook, simply put JockJive Sports in the search engine. We give you scores, schedules, game highlights, event updates, and more. Twitter and Facebook, a great way to keep up with JockJive Sports. And I'll tell you one thing, folks, it is hot here. It is muggy. You can just see the haze in the air. It's going to be like this all weekend long. I might have to change my shirt after a while. We're going to be sweating so much. And I'm sure these players are feeling the same way in their pants. South Carolina, as I said, about to take their turn in the batter's box. It'll be Kendall Wright leading things off. Will Green will bat second, and then Braden Dunlap is in the hole. All right, we're getting ready here. Players are about to take their spots. Florida has taken the field already here in the bottom of the first inning after the team from Okeechobee pushed across 2 runs to begin things in the top of the first. Highlighted by a double to left field by David Busbin that drove in 2 runs. And for South Carolina, it will be head coach Michael Tyler pitching for them. Number 24 is his manager number. All right, and we're getting ready to get back to baseball here. Kendall Wright, he is in the batter's box. And he will get ready to take the first pitch from Coach Tyler. And he lets it go. Didn't like what he saw there. That one was in the dirt just a little bit. Wright is a right-handed batter. He is 8 years old and stands at 4'6" tall as he takes another pitch. I like his batting gloves there. A little camouflage action going on as he takes a pitch there to shallow right field where it is caught. Nice basket catch out there by the outfielder. Can't quite tell the number on who it was. Going to try to figure it out. It's kind of hard to see here, folks. But that was a nice basket catch. His teammates dap him up out there. And that's 1 out. Going to try to get you that number there. That was a really nice play by the center fielder. And that'll bring up Will Green now. He watches that first pitch go by for, I guess it would be a strike. And he rips one now over the head of shortstop Guerrero. And that falls into left center field for a base hit. So Will Green gets the first base runner of the game going for South Carolina with 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. And that'll bring up Braden Dunlap. First left-handed hitter of the game is Dunlap. He is number 4. Excuse me. Yes, he is number 4. As he watches that first pitch go by. And he takes his first pitch up and over me behind in the press box here for strike number 1. The pitch from Tyler is laced right past the shortstop under his glove. Good effort there. Guerrero got on the ground to try to make that play, but it trickles into left center field for a 1-out single from Dunlap. So now South Carolina is knocking on the door. They have runners on first and second after a pair of 1-out singles. And that'll bring up Ethan Palyuk, the first baseman, number 9. Palyuk is 8 years old, standing at 4'9", and bats from the right side of the plate. And he rips one up the left field line. Well hit ball, but foul. All right. We're going to redo things here. The pitch into Polyak is ripped up the left side. Will it drop? Oh, it's in and out of the glove of the left fielder. Looked like he had a beat on it there. It was hit pretty deep, and that'll score a run. As Will Green will slide safely into home plate to put a run across for South Carolina. And now they have runners on second and third after that miscue in the outfield. There was a great effort. He kind of was leaning back a little bit up against the left field foul line, and the ball kind of pulled away from him and took him to the ground. A great effort, though, out there. And it's 2-1. With Cooper Chavez now at the plate. And we have a hit into left field there. That will score a run, but there's a run down in second and third there. And Polyak is thrown out, trying to advance to third. But a run will score, so we're all tied up 2-2 now, but with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. And Lloyd fouls one off here for the first pitch. Two, all knotted up here in Lumberton between Florida and South Carolina. And Coach Tyler getting ready to throw into his player once again, who pops it up. Lloyd to shallow center field, where the catch is made by the center fielder. Again, still trying to figure out the number there. It's kind of hard to see from this vantage point. I believe it's number 6 for Florida there. That would be Brody Johnson. He made that nice basket catch out there earlier and then finished off the inning with the routine fly ball to end the first. So we're all tied at 2. Going to the top of the second between Florida and South Carolina. We got a couple more shout-outs our way here. Folks from Okeechobee being active out here. And the scoreboard is up to date. It is 2-2. If it is not showing up on your screen, I will see if there are any difficulties here. But it's 2-2. We're in the top of the second inning now. We have a shout-out to Kyler Kodum, number 99, the Florida team. Let's go Okeechobee from Austin Misty and Ben. Thank you all for that. Again, continue to throw those shout-outs my way. I'll read them out here on the air for y'all. We'll be doing that all tournament, as I said. And we have another shout out here. Way to go, Polywhack. Hashtag Easy E. That would be from Brittany, Justin, Matthew, and Avery. That was a pretty nice swing he had there for that base hit. And we're getting ready to start the top of the second inning with Cody Clayton due up now for Florida. And Clayton, to 8 years old, standing at 4 foot 2 inches tall. He's a lefty. And according to my score chart here, he's a .571 batting average. So a lot of good hitters here on this Florida team. Everyone over 400 on the season. As he fouls that pitch off behind him. His teammates encouraging him from the dugout there. Those kids are all excited to be here. Everyone's happy. As that pitch from his coach. He didn't like it. He took it. It was a little high and inside for him. And he delivers once again. This ball is popped up to the right side of the infield to the second baseman. Kendall Wright, who makes the routine catch for out number 1. And that'll bring up Jacora Spencer. He takes that first pitch, no swing, didn't like it. And that next one is fouled right back into the backstop here. Hopefully doesn't knock down the camera here. I want you all to be able to watch this. And we're set once again. Another take there from Spencer. And we'll do it all over again here. The South Carolina defense ready. As Spencer rips one through the 5-6 hole. A diving stop over there by the shortstop, Dunlap, but he is unable to get up and make the throw in time. So that will go down as a base hit for Spencer, the first one of the inning for Florida. And they're in business here with one out. That'll bring up John Richard. John Richard. As he takes that first pitch. And we'll do it all over again. Runner on first. And Richard swings and misses at that one there. A little high and outside. And he puts that one into right field. That'll drop for a base hit. And that's back-to-back singles for Florida. They now have runners on first and second. Good piece of hitting there. Dropped that one just into the right field side. And there's runners on first and second with one out. And Levi Larson now has a chance to drive in another run for the team from Okeechobee. As the kids over here all riled up, ready for their team to potentially take the lead back. And the pitcher miss coach is in the dirt. He'll take it. And we'll do it all over here. Blue sky starting to poke through a little bit here. It's been overcast all morning long. Some spots of blue sky. Might make the way for some afternoon thunderstorms as that pitch way up and over the head of Larson there. He dropped to his knees. He wouldn't clunk him in the head. And he takes that pitch as a dribbler up the third baseline where the play is made by number 13, but the throw is errant over to the bag, and that will score a run. And Jacora Spencer will slide safely into home plate, and that'll give Florida the lead again. And they're going crazy over here in the dugout. They're all hype. And it's 3-2 in favor of Okeechobee. The difficult play over there for Cooper Chavez at third. He kind of had to come up on it and was kind of caught in the middle of where he wanted to make that play. And his shortstop, Braden Dunlap, tried getting over there to cover the bag, but just couldn't work it out, and that scored a run. And now there's runners on second and third for Florida. And that brings up Isaac Alanis with runners in scoring position. Alanis. Thanks, guys. Kids over from Okeechobee making sure I get that pronunciation correct. Appreciate it, guys. Yes, I do. I go there. I go to Florida. Yep. And Alanis looped one over the first baseman's head there for a base hit. That'll score another run. Richards touches home. And it's now 4-2. Sorry, guys, having some conversation over here with the Okeechobee kids. We're all from Florida. And they have a 4-2 lead now. And that'll bring up Deuce Stokes. And that one's fouled off by Stokes there. And we'll redo things. Runners on the corners, first and third, as Stokes hits a hard one to left field there. Good effort by the left fielder there, sliding in to stop that from getting past him, and he gets it into the infield quickly. But not before Levi Larson's able to come and touch home, making it 5-2 Okeechobee. If I thought these kids in dugout were going crazy before, they're hyped now. They're excited for their teammates as they got runners on first and second with one out and a 5-2 lead, and that'll turn things back over to E.J. McQueen. So it's 5-2 in favor of Florida over South Carolina here. And McQueen dribbles one up the left field line, but foul. And the runners will have to go back to their respective bags. McQueen had an infield single last time he was up, and he also scored the opening run of the game. This kid's got some wheels. Like I said, you might as well call him lightning. And he takes that first pitch right to the shortstop, who makes the play. An easy 6-4 play for out number 2. Nice turn there by the South Carolina infield there for out number 2. They get the runner at second, but McQueen is able to be safe at first, So runners in the corners now for Okeechobee, 2 outs. And Ruben Guerrero now at the plate. And the sun is now out. It is going to get hot here, folks. It is going to get hot. It's already muggy. And now the sun. As Guerrero is set to take the pitch from his coach, and he swings and misses. And we'll redo it here. And Guerrero rips one right at the second baseman. That will be Kendall Wright, who makes the play over there, but the throw is errant. And Guerrero will be safe and then advance to second on the throw. McQueen will move to third. So that keeps the inning alive for Okeechobee. And we'll bring up Walt Fortner once again. And it's now 6-2 in favor of Florida. As Fortner pops one right up to the right fielder, who makes the catch. Can't see the number on him there, but that will end the inning. But not before Okeechobee gets 4 more runs across the board, extending their lead 6-2 as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Want a download of any game in this week's tournament? They're only $5 each. Just email info@jockjive.com, info@jockjive.com. Tell us what games you want. We'll send an electronic invoice that allows you to pay by debit or credit card, and the games will be on their way to you. That info is at jockjive.com for a keepsake you'll want to have for a lifetime. We got another shout out here from Nathan and Okeechobee. Stay focused, boys. Don't let the lead get to you. Thank you there, Nathan. They're playing well so far. The boys from Okeechobee swinging the bats well. And we'll see if South Carolina can counter here in the bottom of this inning. Once again, I'm Michael Nauf. I will be here at Field 1 all day long for the coach pitch portion of the Dixie Youth Baseball World Series. We'll be here until July 31st when the tournament ends, and the champions will be crowned. And leading off the inning for South Carolina will be Brody Johnson. He watches that first pitch go by from his coach, Tyler. And he rips this one right up to the shortstop. Guerrero makes a running play and makes a nice throw over to first. Good glove transition there from Guerrero to do that on the run. Looking like a young Derek Jeter out there. And he makes the first out of the inning. So Landon Jolly will now take his turn on the left side of the batter's box, and he watches that first pitch go by. Didn't like what he saw there. And Jolly takes that pitch into center field. It gets between the outfielders there. Jolly hustling to second. The throw in. Jolly slides. Safe in at second. A sliding double for Jolly to get a runner in scoring position for South Carolina. Close play at the bag indeed. But Jolly gets the first base hit of the inning for South Carolina. Puts a runner in scoring position, and they're knocking on the door once again. And Alan Moore, he will now take his turn with the runner in scoring position. Watches that first pitch go by. The smell of sunscreen is wafting through the air. They're going to need it once the sun gets out in full force. It's not even 10 o'clock yet, and it's already sweltering out here. And Moore rips one up to third base, and it slides under the glove of the Florida third baseman, and that allows runners to go to second and third. So South Carolina's in business now, runners in scoring position. As Jolly was able to get to third on that miscue by the third baseman. And then Moore was able to get to second after the miscue. And that will bring Layden Hagood to the plate. Number 5 on the right side. He takes his pitch from the coach. Foul over the left field side. And we'll redo things here. His coach giving him instructions from the third base side. And he gets the pitch. Low and in the dirt. And he rips this one right at the second shortstop, Guerrero, who has it go off his wrist. But he's able to recover and make the play over at third. And get the put out there. Great recovery by the shortstop, Guerrero there. Didn't handle that hard ground ball well, but had the instincts to know runners were going to third. And he makes the play. That is the second out of the inning. So Guerrero, a couple nice plays here in this inning. Makes that nice running fielding of a ground ball to begin things off. And then Matt heads up play to get the runner at third. And that'll flip things to James Willis, number 8. And Willis puts one into the middle of the infield, but it goes off of Hagood there. So that will be an out as that ground ball bounced off of his body there. This is bad timing. You can't really do a whole lot there. Not really his fault. But nonetheless, that ends the inning. South Carolina did get a run, however, and it is 6-3. And we will head to the top of the third inning. JockJive Sports Production works small events and large, from T-ball to the Toyota Center, youth sports to collegiate, audio only to a full-scale production for ESPN. We do it all. To find out how we can cover your team or event, email info@jockjive.com. And the South Carolina fans continue to pile in over there. They have a large crowd on hand going up the right field line. The bleachers are full over there. They got tents set up. They're all camped out here supporting their team. And they are from West Columbia, South Carolina. So we want to thank those fans who made that drive just north up here to Lumberton to support their team. And we have David Busman back up for Okeechobee. And he watches that first pitch go into the dirt, and we'll redo things. And a swing and a miss there from Busman on a bit of an off-speed pitch, it looked like there from his coach. And he'll get another hack at it, and he rips this one at the shortstop. Good play by him. Routine throw. About as easy as it gets there. One out. Good play over there by Braden Dunlap at short there. Fielded it cleanly. Made a smooth transition in the throw over to first. And there's one down. Some good plays from the shortstops here today. Both Okeechobee and now West Columbia. Some good little athletes over there. That'll bring up Kyle Kodum. He lined out to the shortstop back in the first inning, and this time he grounds the ball to third. That's misplayed over there by Chavez, but the throw is not in time. And Kodum will reach on the error to put a runner on once again for Okeechobee. So it'll be Matthew Bevel, the catcher now, due up. He popped up to end the first inning and watches that first pitch go by. And we'll redo things here. Got a bunch of Major League Baseball teams stickered on his helmet there. As he grounds this one right at the second baseman, where right fields it. Gets the out at second to get the lead runner. Not able to turn two. So Bevel will be safe at first. Kodum was thrown out at second. So there's two down here in the top of the third inning. And that'll bring up Cody Clayton, who popped out to the second baseman in the second inning. Batting from the left side. And he hits a little dinker up into the left side, bouncing off the fence here on the left side. And we'll redo things. And the pitcher, Miss Coach, is ripped right at the second baseman. Right makes the play and throw over to first to end the inning. And we will go to the bottom of the frame. So a good defensive effort there from South Carolina. Not allowing any more runs to be scored, keeping that lead that deficit, at 3. And they will get their hacks going into the bottom of the third inning. Don't forget to subscribe to JockJive YouTube channel. We stream all Dixie Youth Baseball, most youth sports, and high school football in the fall to our YouTube channel, and you'll want to know first what games are coming your way. Again, JockJive Sports putting on this production for you all here today. Wonderful to be able to be given this opportunity to come up from Florida here to Lumberton, North Carolina, and call these games over this weekend and then going into the early part of the week. I just hope my cotton mouth doesn't get too bad after the amount of games we're going to be having today. We're going to have a minimum of 6 today because each team plays twice. Maximum of 8. If all 3 teams in this pool tie with 1 win and 1 loss, again, the teams in this pool are Florida, South Carolina, and Texas. We will have a playoff later this evening to determine which 2 teams will advance into the brackets, the next round of the brackets. The 3rd place team will then move on to the consolation bracket, which will be played on Monday, while the championship bracket starts tomorrow. And we're set to begin the bottom of the 3rd inning. Be Gage Boyer, number 11 at the plate. Who dribbles one right to the pitcher. There, the play is made by number 8, Levi Larson there. Nice job by him to get underneath that ground ball and scoop it, make the play to first. And we have 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And that'll flip things over to Kendall Wright. He'll get a second chance here. And he screams one into center field. Well hit ball. That is a single, a 1-out single over him. It was cut off nicely by number 99, Kyle Kodum out there in left center field to prevent that ball from getting to the fence and potentially adding bases to that hit. But nonetheless, a 1-out single for Wright, his first hit of the game. And that'll bring Will Green to the plate, number 1. He is 1 for 1 today, and he also scored a run as he singled back in the 1st inning. And he'll have another RBI opportunity here. This is his teammate Kendall Wright over at first. And Green takes one through the 5-6 hole past the diving gloves of Guerrero, and he gets past the left fielder here. So Wright motors over to 3rd, and Green heads up, goes to 2nd, but an errant throw from the outfielder allows Wright from 3rd to race home. He touches plate without a slide. And it's now 6-4 in favor of Okeechobee, but South Carolina has cut that lead just a little bit. And they still have runner in scoring position. So 6-4. Braden Dunlap at the plate with an RBI opportunity here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And he fouls this one up to the left side. And that ball is unable to be reached by a group of Okeechobee defenders there. And we will redo everything. So Dunlap will get his pitch from Coach Tyler and smacks one into center field, where it's misplayed by the center fielder, goes over his head and rolls all the way to the fence. That'll be a stand-up double, and it will allow Will Green to score from 2nd. And it's now 6-5. A 1-run game. Okeechobee still leads with South Carolina, showing they're not done yet. They've got some life in them still. And that'll bring up Ethan Polyak to the plate. He reached on an error in the 1st inning. And looking to get his first base hit with the runner in scoring position. And he rips this one into left center field. That'll drop for a base hit. It's cut off by the left center fielder, but the throw goes over the third baseman's head. And Dunlap was able to get to home after the catcher went to field that errant throw. And it's all tied up, 6-6. South Carolina back in the ball game. And their fans have something to cheer about there. They're excited. Their dugout's excited. And we got ourselves a ball game, folks. And it's Cooper Chavez at the plate now. And he rips one right at the middle. That's a base hit. Excuse me here. That went off of the coach, Coach Michael Tyler, so that automatically makes it a dead ball. And that takes away a base hit, or would have been a base hit for Chavez, but he'll have to redo things now. And he wasn't happy about that when he got the barrel on that pitch. Let's see if we can redo things here. And he puts this one into center field. And over the head of the center fielder once again, Chavez now, he will race to second. Polyak will come home from second and give South Carolina a 7-6 lead. And that puts another runner on second. So Chavez standing over on second. And it's Carson Lloyd at the plate, batting from the right side. Carson's 0 for 1 today. He flew out to center field to end the first inning. And Lloyd puts one up and over the shortstop. Took a weird hop to him. And that goes off of the left center fielder. And Chavez will race home from second, touch the plate, and make it 8-6. South Carolina, the bats are on fire here. And they're going crazy in the dugout. Their fans are excited. They have an 8-6 lead with one out. And once again, runner on second. And Brody Johnson at the plate. And he watches that first pitch go by. There's a blooper into center field. Another base hit for South Carolina. Runner goes to third, so there's runners on the corners now with one out. That'll be Lloyd over there at third. Johnson sits at first. And Jolly now due up. And a pop fly to center field is caught. Runner will not tag. So his runner's still on first and third with two outs now. And then I'll bring up Alan Moore. And Moore with an RBI opportunity here. Runners on first and third. And he rips one into left center field. Excuse me, left field that is. That'll allow Lloyd to race home from third, making it 9-6 South Carolina. And there are now runners on first and second. Two outs in the bottom of the third inning for the squad for West Columbia. And that'll bring up Leighton Haggard. for South Carolina now. 2 outs, runners on first and second as he watches that pitch go by. And he puts that one right at the shortstop. Nice catch over there by Guerrero to end the inning. But not before South Carolina pushes across. Let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 runs in this third. And they lead 9-6 now as we go to the top of the 4th inning. And we got a correction here, folks. Pronunciation. Cody Clanton, not Clayton. Thank you, Uncle TJ from Okeechobee. Let's go, Florida. I appreciate you correcting me on that. Once again, if I am mispronouncing anyone's name, please feel free to correct me. I want to make sure I get everyone's name right today. And continue to text me those shout-outs. Don't forget to subscribe to JockJive YouTube channel. We stream all Dixie Youth Baseball, most youth sports, and high school football in the fall to our YouTube channel. And you'll want to know first what games are coming your way. And coming this fall to JockJive.com, SWAC football, soccer and volleyball, Tuskegee football, ACCC game of the week, Great American Rivalries, HBCU football, Navarre and Baker High School football, Georgia Military College football, Gulf South Conference soccer, and more. Check us out often. We are JockJive Sports. As we begin the 4th inning with a nice 6-3 play made by Braden Dunlap on a hard-hit ground ball from Jacora Spencer for out number 1. And as I mentioned before, good shortstop play here so far today from both Dunlap for South Carolina and Guerrero from Okeechobee. And this is Richards. John Richard bloops one over the heads of the left side of the infield and gets safely to first with a 1-out single. Put a runner on for Florida. And bring up Levi Larson, batting from the right side. And he puts one back into the backstop here. Foul ball will redo things. And Larson takes that pitch. No swing at that. And we will once again get a pitch from his coach. And he puts this one in play right through this 5-6 hole past the diving Dunlap. And Okeechobee has runners on first and second with 1 out. Here in the top of the 4th inning, South Carolina leading 9-6 in this opening game of pool play. This is Pool 1 of the Coach Pitch Division. And that'll bring up Isaac Alanis, who fouls one up into the right side fencing. And we'll redo things here. Isaac ready in the on the right side of the batter's box. And he gets a piece of that one, it looked like, off the end of his bat there. And we'll redo things here. He could tie things up with a stroke of his bat. And he dribbles one into the first baseman's mitt over there for out number 1. He steps on the bag. That would be Ethan Polyak over there, who makes the unassisted play. The runners go to second and third for Okeechobee. They are in scoring position. And Deuce Stokes with a chance now to start a 2-out rally for Okeechobee. Deuce is 1 for 1 today. He singled back in the second inning to left field. And he'll be looking to do the same as he watches that pitch go outside from his coach. And we'll redo things. Stokes fouls this one up to left side. And we will once again redo it. The pitch to Stokes, swing and miss. He's looking to do some damage here to the South Carolina lead. They lead 9-6. The team from West Columbia over the team from Okeechobee, Florida. And Stokes fouls one up into the right side once again, staying alive here. Good at bat from the young man at the plate. Get some coaching over there from his head coach Guerrero. And Stokes once again fouls one up behind the plate. Good effort there by the catcher, Brody Johnson from South Carolina, to try to track that one there just past his outstretched glove. And Stokes stays alive. Be sure to follow JockJive on Twitter and Facebook. On Twitter, we're at JockJive, and on Facebook, simply put JockJive Sports in the search engine. We give you scores, schedules, game highlights, events, updates, and more. Twitter and Facebook, a great way to keep up with JockJive Sports. And just like that, the inning is over. Good play over there by Cooper Chavez at third to make the play. Throw out the runner, Stokes, and prevent any damage from being done to their lead. And we will head to the bottom of the fourth inning. South Carolina still leading 9-6. As the sun continues to poke through the overcast skies here, making it even more humid than what it already is. Looks like it'll be James Willis leading things off for the team from West Columbia, South Carolina. The Summer of Dixie is underway. Between now and mid-August, JockJive will be streaming all of this tournament, plus the Final Four for the Junior Dixie Boys, Dixie Boy Pre-Majors, and Majors World Series, the AAA, Ozone, and Major World Series in Lumberton, and so much more. Catch it all right here on JockJive.com. Once again, I'm Michael Nauth. I'm a student at the University of Florida. I was brought up here to call this tournament. I'm going to shout out Mike Rideout for giving me this opportunity here, allowing me to come up and broadcast the Dixie Youth Baseball World Series. I'll be doing the coach pitch division all tournament long. You can catch me here on JockJive until Tuesday when a champion will be crowned. And will it be one of these two teams here? Is James Willis drops one into left center field. It goes off the glove of the left center fielder. So Willis begins the inning by reaching base and bring up Gage Boyer with the runner on. Boyer grounded out to the pitcher in his first at-bat in the third inning. And look to get his first base hit of the game as he watches that pitch go by. And we'll redo things. The pitch into Boyer is fouled off into the backstop here. We have another shout out from Brittany, Justin, Matthew, and Avery. SC Pride, let's go, boys. You're watching your team take the lead here. Good comeback so far. Let's see if they can finish it. And we got another shout out from Jeff Evans back home in Columbia, South Carolina. Proud of number 7, Kendall Wright, and Team South Carolina. Go SC. As Boyer lines out there for out number 1. And that'll bring up Kendall Wright who just got that shout out. And watches that first pitch go by. And Wright laces a single into center field. And the runner is able to reach second in time. That is Willis there, kind of caught up in no man's land as that ball was really hard hit by Wright there. And they now have runners on first and second with one out. And we'll bring Will Green to the plate. He's having himself a day, 2 for 2. Green is 2 for 2, scored 2 runs today as he dribbles a ball foul up the left side. And we'll re-roll things here. JockJive Sports Production works small events and large, from T-ball to the Toyota Center, youth sports to collegiate, audio only to a full-scale production of ESPN. We do it all. To find out how we can cover your team or event, email at jockjive.com. And every time it seems I'm reading one of these things, an out happens, and Will Green fouls out over the left side, where Guerrero races over and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Nice play over there by the young man wearing number 44 in orange at the shortstop position. And that'll bring up Braden Dunlap with runners on first and second, 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th inning, 9-6. South Carolina leading over Florida as Dunlap pops one up to shallow left center field where this caroms off the left fielder's glove and allows Willis to race home from second, adding a run to the South Carolina lead. It is now 10-6. Kendall Wright goes to third. Dunlap advances to second. And South Carolina stays alive in the bottom portion of this inning. And the pitch to Ethan Poyak is foul, just outside the left field line. I thought it might have caught the line from here, but the officiating crew has a better view than I do. They make the call, rule it foul, and we will redo things here for Ethan Poyak. He was 1 for 2 today, has scored 2 runs as he bloops one into the shallow part of the infield where the shortstop Guerrero tries to hustle to make the play, but not in time. And Wright scores from third, making it 11-6. Not a whole lot the Okeechobee infield can do there. That one kind of blooped up over the pitcher's head and landed halfway between second base and the mound. Guerrero tried hustling over there and make something happen, but couldn't get the Sweetie Poyak. And he reaches for an infield hit. That goes out as an RBI for him. And that brings up Cooper Chavez, who hits a line drive into the shallow part of the infield where it is fielded by the second baseman, Cody Clanton, for the third out of the inning. But South Carolina tacks on 2 more runs to make it 11-6, and we will head to the top of the 5th inning with Okeechobee due up. Coming this fall to JockJive.com, SWAC football, soccer and volleyball, Tuskegee football, ACCC Game of the Week, Great American Rivalries, HBCU football, Navarre and Baker High School football, Georgia Military College football, Gulf South Conference soccer, and more. Check us out often. We are JockJive Sports. And once this game concludes here, I will be calling the home team, Lumberton. They will be taking on Arkansas as part of Pool 3, the opening game of that pool. That will immediately follow this one here. Each game scheduled for about an hour and a half. If it goes over, it goes over. We will play a full 6 innings. No time limit to these games. So we still have 2 full frames to go. With McQueen at the plate now for Okeechobee. He grounds 1-2 first, where Poyak makes the play. Taps his foot on the first base bag and retires the opening batter of the inning. And that brings up Ruben Guerrero, who also grounds to first to Poyak. Bobbles with it first, but able to recover, makes the play, steps on the bag, and there's 2 gone. So back-to-back unassisted plays by Poyak over there at first base. He's having himself a pretty good game, both at the plate and now in the field. And it'll be Walt Fortner at the plate. And once again, Mr. Poyak over there making the unassisted play. 3 up, 3 down, about as quick as inning as you can go. That took 3 pitches. And we're going to the bottom of the 5th inning still. 11-6 in favor of South Carolina.
Dang, that was quick. What happened?
That's a great question. They didn't have it. Yeah, I wasn't told what team it was. And South Carolina will come back up to the plate, leading 11-6. After a sensational defensive inning there from Ethan Poyak. 3 pitches, 3 outs. And South Carolina will look to extend their lead here in the 5th inning. And the South Carolina faithful still at hand here. And a decent amount of people from Okeechobee here on the left side. And we have games on all 4 fields going on right now. You can hear the crowds from the other games right now. It's a great atmosphere here in Lumberton. A lot of people here at this youth baseball tournament. Excited to be able to be here and call this for y'all. Even though the heat is pretty intense right now, the humidity is pretty high. And we are underway here in the 5th. With Carson Lloyd at the plate for South Carolina. He is 1 for 2 today. And he grounds one to the third baseman, who makes the play. Throw in the dirt, though, skips over Jacor Spencer at first. That'll be David Busbin at third, who makes the play, but the errant throw, and a runner is on for South Carolina to begin things here in the 5th. And then I'll bring up Brody Johnson, the catcher. He's 1 for 2 today. As he watches that pitch go by from Coach Tyler. And he pushes one right back to the third baseman. And it skips over Busbin's glove. And that'll put a runners on first and second for South Carolina. And they are threatening here in the bottom of the 5th. Landon Jolly due up. And the pitch to Jolly. He takes it. He trickles this one back to the pitcher. Good play there by Levi Larson to make the put out at first for the first out of the inning. The runners advance to second and third. That would be Lloyd at third, Johnson at second. 1 out, 11-6. South Carolina leads here in the opening game of Pool 1. In the opening game one of the opening games, I should say, of this tournament. And that pitch goes by Alan Moore, as he will let it go by. And Moore, 1 for 2 today. Moore rips one right. The shortstop Guerrero, nice play, decides to go home. And now they're in a rundown here. And a great heads-up play by the catcher there. Wow. Great play by the Okeechobee squad as Guerrero fields a ground ball, decides to go home. His catcher, Matthew Bevel, gets it, able to hold the runner at third, and then instinctively goes back to second as the runner at second was too far down the third baseline. Got caught up there. Guerrero makes a tag on him and then immediately fires it back to Bevel, who is able to get Lloyd trying to come home. So we have a 2-6-2 double play to end the inning and prevent any runs from being scored. And that might give Florida some life here as we head to the final frame as they trail 11-6, South Carolina leading. And they will have their 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up. David Buspin, Kyle Kodum, and Matthew Bevel will all get hacks in this frame. And if any of them reach base, Cody Clanton will also have a shot to mount the rally for South Carolina.
It's working now.
With another shout out from the folks in Okeechobee. Go Levi and Florida from Jenna and Josh cheering from Okeechobee. Thanks, guys. So next scheduled games following this one will be Lumberton and Arkansas. And then this same South Carolina team will take on Texas in Game 3 on this field. As Buspin grounds one to Polyak, who leaps in the air to try to make the play, but can't quite do it. It ricochets off his glove. Can't quite make 4 in a row there. That was the toughest of them all. And Buspin reaches to put a runner on for Okeechobee to begin the inning and potentially start a rally. It'll be number 99, Kyle Kodum, at the plate. He's made contact in both of his bats so far, lined out to short and reached on an error in the third. Looking for his first base hit of the game. And he takes a pitch from his coach. Decides not to swing. And Kodum rips one foul up the right side over the fencing. And we'll redo things once again. Another foul ball here into the backstop. Worry there, might dislodge my camera. Might take a beating after all said and done here on this very long day to begin the tournament. We got here at the field about 7:30 to set everything up this morning, and as Kodum rips one up and over to third base where Chavez makes the catch over his head for out number 1. And Matthew Bevel will take his turn now with 1 out. Runner on first, that would be David Buspin. 11-6, South Carolina leads. Bevel didn't like what he saw there. He lets it go. We got a couple Chicago Cubs, White Sox, I believe some San Diego Padres stickers decorating the helmet of Bevel. And he's looking to extend this ball game here with one swing of the bat. He takes the pitch, interrupts it. Foul, but a diving catch made over there by Ethan Paulyak at first base. He is putting on a show over there. And that is the second out of the inning. Give that kid a gold glove for what he's done today over there. A wonderful job. He's recorded four of the last 5 outs for South Carolina. And is single-handedly going to end this game for him. And it's Cody Clanton at the plate now. And he will be potentially the final hope for Florida to extend this game. As it's 11-6 in favor of West Columbia, South Carolina, who is trailing 6-2 at one point back in the second inning, but mounted a furious comeback in the third. They will score 6 runs as that ball is foul from Clanton to the right side. But a great job from the South Carolina team not to fold and lose their poise. They're able to put balls in play, make the Florida infield and outfield work. They're able to find some holes and push runs across the plate. Clanton swings and misses there, strikes out, ends the ball game. South Carolina takes it here, folks, 11-6. Great job by both teams, as West Columbia will take the opener here on Field 1 to begin the day. And they are in the driver's seat for the rest of the day. A win would guarantee them a spot into the winner's bracket, where Okeechobee would have to win to stay alive. So 11-6 is your final. West Columbia defeats Okeechobee to begin things here. We go all 6 innings. Next up will be Lumberton, the host city team. They'll battle Arkansas. We'll have that game right here for y'all not too long from now. So for JockJive Sports, I'm Michael Nauf here. We'll be back in a few minutes to begin Lumberton and Arkansas. Stay tuned. Again, 11-6, South Carolina defeats Florida to begin the tournament here.